Well, we're having a lot of wind at the moment. Supposed to stay that way for a while. Well, right now there's a lull. Hopefully it stays that way while I'm videoing. But when we have a lot of wind, we lose power. So I may not upload this tonight. We'll see how it goes. What have I done? Painted these trunks in cobalt blue. Alizarin crimson, bits of burnt sienna, and even the odd hint of cobalt violet. Not a color I would normally have on my palette, but I've got so much extra paint of, you know, obscure colors, well, obscure to me, that I rarely use, that I thought I would try it out. Picks up a little bit of the pink here and there, some of the quinacridone magenta in places. So I thought I would use it. And I think it looks very purple now, but I think that it's going to be as lost as I want it to be in the foreground. I'll introduce a little more purple in places in the foreground, so it won't be a problem. Right now it looks a bit odd. To me it does anyway. I think it'll be fine though. Also, I had a lot of ultramarine blue, and I think a hint of alizarin crimson mixed with it, and maybe even a bit of burnt sienna from here down. I wanted this tree to stand out a little more, so when I painted the tree in against the water, my values were too similar. So the tree got a lot. This is important enough. I don't want it to be lost in the background of this water. And sometimes I struggle a bit with getting my values right first time around. I'm not, as I mentioned before, I'm not always the best at subtleties. So that's fine. I've gone back into it again with, and raised the value. Same colors, just raised the value of it. Now this tree stands out more. I like it. I'm happy with it now. Something I don't often use in paintings, or if I do, I reserve it for some final touches, is phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is pretty much like cobalt blue on steroids, and it's kind of it's a bit of a curious color. As soon as you add a touch of titanium white to phthalo blue, it rockets upwards. It just heads straight up in chroma, becomes very strong. And the second you add too much white to phthalo blue, it dies just as quickly. So there's a very fine line there at which you can achieve maximum effect, maximum chroma with your phthalo blue. Go too high in value, you lose it. Stay too low in value, you lose it. I've pretty much got here. I've added just enough titanium white to make it as strong as possible. I cannot really raise the chroma of this too much. It's so blue, it's pretty much a cartoonish blue at this point. That's fine. I'm going to continue with the rest of the painting. If this remains so strong, or too strong, when the painting is mostly covered, I can introduce a little bit of phthalo blue and white into my sky with just a few shots. Not a problem. But I wanted this to be stronger, and you know, really, this is our genesis here of motion, because we're splash, move to the right, splash, move up, splash, move down, you know, ish, more or less. So I wanted all the intensity I could muster for this area. That's why I did that. I think it's turned out well. Haven't done a lot today. Today was until the clouds moved in and the wind started. It was a gorgeous day, and yeah. So I was actually in the yard playing, doing a little bit of lawn mowing, things like that. I'll back the camera up again here and try to give you a bit of a square-on shot. There we go. So you can see again what I have been looking at. Yeah, that's it. I'm happy with today's developments. For a day that wasn't too much of a painting day, I think it's good. We'll see you soon, guys. Hope you have a great weekend.